Hi guys, and welcome back to the United Review, your new home for Manchester United and Premier League based content. Please like, subscribe and comment any suggestions down below. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Today we're going to be having a look at my predictions for the upcoming Champions League fixtures. Will Porto cause an upset at Chelsea? Will Manchester City bottle it again? Will PSG rectify their final loss last year? And will Salah gain his revenge over Real Madrid? Keep watching to find out. I hope you enjoy it. Tie 1. Porto vs Chelsea. In their last 16 encounter, Porto pulled off a remarkable victory over Juventus. A weak Juve side compared to previous years, but reigning Italian champions nonetheless. They won the tie on away goals after it finished 4-4 on aggregate following the Old Ladies' 3-2 win in Turin. Midfielder Sergio Oliveira bagged a brace in the second leg to help send them through, and was the Portuguese side's best player across the two legs, alongside heroic goalkeeper Agustin Marchesin, who saved them on multiple occasions during the tie. In Chelsea's previous tie, they faced the side top of La Liga in Atletico Madrid and proved many doubters wrong, including myself, by triumphing in resounding fashion with a 3-0 win on aggregate. A spectacular bicycle kick goal from Olivier Giroud in the Spanish capital and two more from Hakim Ziyech and Emerson at Stamford Bridge sent the Blues into the quarters. Chelsea come into this tie as favourites because of the West London club's recent pedigree in European competition and due to the fact that Thomas Tuchel's men are 14 games unbeaten since he arrived, rising to 4th in the Premier League after the controversial sacking of club legend Frank Lampard in late January. The German has effectively implemented a 3-back formation, which has been the foundation for the recent flurry of success, and has been able to help Chelsea win some games in which they may have previously dropped points under Lampard. Meanwhile, Porto sits second in Liga NOS, 10 points behind leader Sporting, and haven't lost in their last 18 domestic fixtures. They will be firm underdogs going into the game, but as we've seen over the last number of years, underdog stories are a reason that make this esteemed competition so brilliant and enthralling to watch. In this tie, I believe the players to watch will be Porto's Sergio Oliveira and Chelsea's Hakim Ziyech. All in all, I think Porto will be hard work for Chelsea, but I reckon they'll be able to claim a semi-final place easily enough. I'm saying 1-1 in Portugal, and Chelsea to win comfortably 2-0 at Stamford Bridge to go through. Tie 2. Liverpool vs Real Madrid. In their last 16 tie, Liverpool faced up against Bundesliga title challengers and Champions League newbies RB Leipzig. After a sluggish start in the first leg, in which the Reds lacked the cutting edge that is required in Europe's premier competition, they managed to pull through and finish 2 late chances to grab a 2-0 away win. However, both legs were played in Hungary. In the return leg, Liverpool dominated after a few lineup changes. The new centre-back pairing of Ozan Kabak and Nathaniel Phillips proved vital to the Merseysiders' success, along with the important presence of Fabinho, who returned to his natural midfield position, and with summer signing Diogo Jota back from injury, the Reds cruised to a comfortable 2-0 victory, progressing with a resounding 4-0 aggregate scoreline. In Real Madrid's tie, Gasperini's Atalanta side stood between them and the quarter-finals. Atalanta played well but will be disappointed that they succumbed to a 4-1 aggregate loss, thus being knocked out. Madrid came away with a slim 1-0 lead from the first leg following Ferland Mendy's goal in Italy, but put the game to bed at home, with a solid 3-1 win with Benzema, Ramos and Marco Asensio all getting on the scoresheet. Domestically this season, Liverpool have been a shell of the team that dominated the league last year, with some dubbing them bad champions, namely Roy Keane. Now that may seem harsh because of the many excuses given out by Klopp and ex-players, but the fact of the matter is that this team was being branded as the greatest ever Premier League side by some just over a year ago, and yet now they languish in 7th on the back of 6 straight home defeats. The Champions League is the Reds' only remaining chance of turning this terrible season into a success. However, fortunately for them, they have brilliant pedigree in this competition, so can never be written off, even in the most unlikely of situations. Los Blancos are also a team that cannot be written off in Europe. After all, they've won this competition 13 times, and it wasn't too long ago that they won 3 in a row. However, Madrid haven't met the standards left behind by those iconic sides. currently sitting third in La Liga, 6 points behind city rivals and league leaders Atleti. At times this season they've looked brilliant, but unfortunately it hasn't been anywhere near often enough to give them a chance of silverware, and failing to progress past this weak Liverpool side could end up costing Zidane his job. My players to watch in this tie are Liverpool's Diogo Jota and Karim Benzema for Real Madrid. I can see this one going down to the wire. I think it'll finish 1-1 in Madrid and that Liverpool will squeeze through with a late goal at Anfield. Tie 3. Manchester City vs Borussia Dortmund. In Manchester City's last 16 tie, they battled against German side Borussia Mönchengladbach, led by exciting new manager Marco Rose. Gladbach made it through to the knockouts for the first time in the Champions League era, but were easily seen off by this unbelievable City side 4-0 across the two legs. Two 2-0 wins home and away allowed City to progress. The goals came from Gabriel Jesus and Bernardo Silva in the first leg, with Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne netting in the second fixture. Borussia Dortmund's journey to the quarters took a lot more effort than City's, as they faced up against last year's Europa League winners in Sevilla. They finished the tie 5-4 winners, but should be disappointed that they didn't put the encounter to bed sooner, as they led both legs by comfortable margins. However, they soon slipped away and Sevilla had many chances to win the tie. Had they taken them, it could have been a far different story. They survived the late scares though, and progressed because of 4 goals from Erling Haaland and a first leg wonder strike from Mohamed Dahoud. Manchester City look set to win their 3rd Premier League title since Pep Guardiola's arrival this season, as they have a comfortable 11-point lead over City rivals United. In recent weeks, the Sky Blues won 24 games in a row, however that run came to an end earlier this month with United's 2-0 win at the Etihad. With City cruising in the league, I believe Guardiola will fully focus on the Champions League and aim to win his first piece of European silverware in 10 years and the citizens' first ever. However, if they win the competition, it will not be held up in the same respect as any other previous winner because of the monumental amount of money spent since the Sheikh Mansour takeover in 2008. Dortmund's season has taken a very different trajectory to City's, as they currently acquire 5th place in the Bundesliga, 4 points off a Champions League spot. It's not all bad for Dortmund, as in superstar youngster Erling Haaland, who has bagged 21 goals in as many games this season, and fellow youngster Jadon Sancho, who has regained his fine form after a slow start, BVB possess 2 of Europe's most lethal forwards. However, it's not the attack they need to improve on, it's the leaky defence. Edin Terzic's men have conceded 37 goals, the most of any top 7 Bundesliga side, and will need to greatly improve on this before the first leg comes around. My players to watch are Manchester City's Phil Foden and Borussia Dortmund's Erling Haaland. To sum it all up, I predict that although Dortmund have a frightening attack, I don't think they'll cause City any serious problems because of their weak backline. However, I can see this tie containing plenty of goals, so I'm predicting 4-2 to the home side at the Etihad and 2-1 to City away in Germany. Tie 4. Bayern Munich vs Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern faced up against Simone Inzaghi's Lazio side, who occupy 7th place in Serie A at the time of writing, 6 points from 3rd with a game in hand. The Munich side breezed past the Italians 6-2 on aggregate after a 4-1 home triumph and a 2-1 victory in Rome to seal their place in the next round. Goal machine Robert Lewandowski bagged 1 in each leg, with summer signing Leroy Sané, ex-Stoke player Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting and youngster Jamal Musiala all netting in the tie. In Paris Saint-Germain's case, they faced up against fellow European powerhouse Barcelona, seeking revenge for the 6-1 embarrassment in 2017, and they got just that. The tie was done and dusted by the time the final whistle went at the Nou Camp, as Kylian Mbappe's hat-trick helped fire the Parisians to a 4-1 away win. In the return leg, it wasn't just as easy, as PSG came under large spells of significant pressure. However, goalkeeper Keylor Navas performed heroically, winning man of the match and helping send his side into the quarters due to the 1-1 draw. After such an unbelievable campaign last season, where Bayern won 6 trophies, including the Champions League where they defeated PSG in the final, many would assume their performance levels could have dipped slightly, as it is becoming increasingly difficult to retain trophies in today's game. However, after a slow start to the season, the Bavarians have returned to their usual spot at the top of the Bundesliga, 4 points clear of nearest challengers Leipzig, and with superstar forward Robert Lewandowski continuing on his Ballon d'Or worthy form from last season, Bayern look set to claim their 7th European Cup. PSG, however, have not found it so easy domestically this season, sacking manager Thomas Tuchel in December as they sat 3rd in Ligue 1. Soon after, ex-player and previous Spurs manager Mauricio Pochettino took the helm, and he has led the Parisians back to the pinnacle of the French league. However, it has taken him 3 months to regain the top spot. PSG fans and players alike will hope the Barca win signifies that they have what it takes to win the competition, and will hope their inconsistent league form doesn't play up in any crucial games from now onwards. My players to watch in this game are Bayern Munich's Serge Gnabry and PSG's Kylian Mbappe. In the final tie of the round and the rematch from last year's final, I predict that this one will contain a lot of goals and that Bayern will just edge it 4-3 on aggregate after a 3-2 win at home and a 1-1 draw in the French capital. Semi-final and final predictions. As we move into the semis, the winner of quarterfinal 1 will play those of quarterfinal 2, and the winners of quarterfinals 3 and 4 face each other. Therefore, based on my previous predictions, Chelsea meet Liverpool in the first semi and Manchester City play Bayern Munich in the second. I believe that even though Liverpool's form since the turn of the season has been nothing short of dire for the most part, their incredible record in this competition will spur them on to a 3-2 aggregate win against Chelsea. It's the complete opposite in semi-final 2, as despite City seeming almost unstoppable this season, their inability to perform in big games on the European stage is the reason which I believe will cost them a final spot once again, with Bayern progressing 4-2 on aggregate. That leaves reigning English champions Liverpool and their German counterparts Bayern Munich to fight it out for the esteemed UCL trophy. If I have predicted correctly this far, and this encounter is in fact the one that goes ahead, it will be the winner's 7th European crown. Unfortunately for the Merseyside club though, I am predicting it to be the Bavarians who lift their 7th European Cup and win the competition back to back with a 2-0 scoreline in the Istanbul final. So with all that said and done, thanks very much for watching the United review and making it to the end of the video. I'll be releasing more Premier League and Manchester United based content in the near future, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is on so you don't miss any of my upcoming content. I'd really appreciate it. Remember to comment any thoughts or possible video suggestions down below, and I'll catch you for the next one. Bye for now.